everyone, I hope we're all doing really well. Today I'm coming at you with a brand new video, and this one is super exciting. I will be sharing my favorite food places, nature places and events that you can do in Sydney, Australia whenever tourism begins to pick up again, or if you're thinking of doing something new. If you're living in Sydney, this is the perfect video for you. I suggest to put it in your favorites or something and come back to it whenever you are thinking of visiting or when you're allowed to visit Sydney, Australia. Now, I will be putting my huge curated list at the very end of the video, so make sure to check that out too. So let's get into it. Wonjo is a Korean barbecue place in Strathfield, and it is my favorite Korean barbecue place in the entire world. No matter how many places I've been to for Korean barbecue, I've been to Korea, and this is very close to restaurants in South Korea themselves, so I really suggest you guys go here. It is a very affordable dinner option. I love Korean barbecue, and Strathfield is the heart and center of it all. Hey guys, future editing Rita here. I totally forgot to mention my favorite Australian cafe ever. I can't believe I skipped out on this one. Mickey's Cafe is in Paddington. When I tell you it is my actual favorite cafe for all things food, coffee, thick shakes, the hospitality, the atmosphere, the fact that it literally closes at like midnight and serves coffee up until that point. There is literally a 20-page menu full of Italian food, Asian, Mexican, Australian. It's like one of the classic Paddington houses, but it got turned into a cafe. It's very homey and cozy. You go upstairs and there's like barely any waiters there. Like, it's just such a chill environment, and the food is delicious. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but for the convenience and the fact that it closes at midnight and the wide range of things that you can pick from, has to be my favorite cafe in Sydney, Australia. This Japanese restaurant is my favorite Japanese restaurant in Sydney. It is immaculate. It is a really great vibe and a really great environment, and you feel like you're sitting in a Japanese restaurant in Tokyo. But my favorite thing about this place is the array of options of Japanese food. The ingredients are so fresh that it feels like they have grown the ingredients right in front of you in the back kitchen or something straight away. The food is very fresh. I'm such a big fan, and whenever I feel like treating myself, I always go to this place. Now, if you're a true Sydney sider, you would definitely know about this place. Bay Vista and Brighton Lee Sands is a staple. It is a classic, but it is such a good one. It is a dessert place that me and my friend love to go to on an ideal Saturday night, where we can just talk and casually sip our coffee. As you guys know, Sydney's nightlife reputation isn't the best, and that goes the same with coffee. As a coffee fiend, I love my coffees late at night, so I would love it if all the cafes were open to fill my coffee needs, and Bay Vista definitely satiates that hunger. It is open really late. The vibes are really great. It's always really packed, so if you're looking for that place where you can kind of be in where all of the action is, that is great as well. As for the food, oh my god, beautiful, amazing. My favorite dish ever is the French toast. I've never had anything like it. Their menu is about 25 pages long, and that is definitely what you want in a place, so you can have as many options to choose from as possible. If you're coming to the east, my favorite cafe by far in the eastern suburb, if you're looking for a healthy alternative and really high-end products, go to Indigo in Double Bay. It is an Australian-based cafe with a lot of breakfast foods and a lot of protein-based foods. Their eggs benedict is absolutely delicious. Now, it doesn't look like anything special, but once you have it, the food just melts in your mouth. When I go there, I definitely feel like a queen. Sushi Train is a chain all over Sydney and Australia, and it is obviously a Japanese sushi train restaurant with the best quality sushi that I dare to say you can get in Australia. You have not tasted food or lived life if you haven't gone to Sushi Train and ordered freshly seared scallops. The guy just gets a sear gun and just fires the scallops up, serves it to you right on a platter. You put it in your mouth, it just melts in your mouth. You have to try it. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Ippudo is a Japanese restaurant. It is a chain restaurant, and the Town Hall one at the top floor of Westfield is very easily accessible and has casual dining vibes as you go up into Westfield, but don't be fooled. When you go in there, it is a complete different vibe. It is a Japanese traditional restaurant, and like I said before, you really really do feel like you're in a Japanese setting, and that's one of my favorite experiences, dining out in Japanese restaurants. Speaking of Japanese restaurants, I am such a lover of Japanese, and one of the two that I did not film, but this really has to go at the very beginning of this video, is Mapen Japanese restaurant and Ichiban Boshi. If you're looking for the most affordable Japanese dining in the entire Sydney area, I believe, that would be Mapen. Now, it is in Bondi Junction and also Town Hall. The udon there is about $10, and those prices you don't get for Japanese in Sydney. The pork udon with the egg is the most delicious udon that I have ever had. The next one that I didn't film, but this is literally sticking in my mind, and every time me and my friends are stuck on going to dinner, I always recommend Ichiban Boshi. It is a delicious ramen tonkotsu place. Get the pork tonkotsu in Ichiban Boshi and you will not regret it, with the seaweed and the boiled egg. Oh my god, my mouth is watering. Sake is another Japanese restaurant. It is in Double Bay, but it is one of the high-end bougier places. I definitely think it is worth the experience. Oh my god, that melting egg was actually so delicious. I went here for New Year's Eve and it was an incredible experience, and the sashimi is fresh. Everything just melts in your mouth. Spice World is something different in and of itself. The big star is the meat Barbie. It is a type of Instagram sort of place, but don't be fooled by the looks, however. The food is actually absolutely delicious and I highly recommend it for the way that they decorated it. Also, their buffet, you don't pay a lot and you can keep on going in to get refills for putting in ingredients into your hot pot, and it is such a lovely, lovely, amazing place. This is another place I would recommend if you want to have a bougie experience. I've been to many high tea places in Sydney, but the Shangri-La High Tea at the Rocks definitely takes the cake because of its views. I don't think you can get views like this at such an experience ever. The service was a little bit off just because we were going into COVID and they weren't sure of how to split the tables, but overall the experience was absolutely divine and the views was something in and of itself, an experience. And the high tea, the food, I was a really big fan. Ramen Zundo is another Japanese ramen restaurant that is located in World Square. It is a casual dining experience with affordable food options, but there is nothing casual about the food itself. It was delicious. Milky Lane is an American style burger joint. It is a chain all throughout Sydney, the main ones being Bondi Beach and Cronulla, but there are different ones all around Sydney, and I definitely think it is worth a visit for one time or two times, but I do think that it is on the pricier side for what the food actually is. Don't get me wrong, it's delicious, but I think that the prices could be lowered to a considerable amount. The cocktails there are absolutely great too, and you can't forget the way that they name their food. There's the Drake, the Kanye West, the Lil Wayne. The burgers there are delicious and greatly named. Tokyo is a Japanese restaurant that is very high-end. I think out of all of the 4-star, 5-star restaurants in Sydney, this definitely takes the cake. It is a restaurant in Piedmont and it is delicious. If you want to go for bougie experiences and very good quality Japanese food, definitely go to Tokyo. If you're into bubble tea, and your girl definitely is, No Fail is a place that you want to go to. This is my favorite bubble tea place out of all of Sydney, and yes, cocoa is a thing in Sydney too, but No Fail, definitely my favorite. It has a whole bunch of fruit options. They're definitely not stingy with their ingredients, and the bubble tea really packs a punch. It's definitely my favorite bubble tea place in Sydney. If you want to do a casual catch up with a friend over brunch but still have that Instagram feel, I definitely recommend Coffee Edition Roasters. It is a Japanese Scandinavian fusion cafe with a bunch of brunch items. The design is very slick and it just feels like you're in this black room having delicious food. Very clean, very spick-span, and very centrally located. When I think of Instagram cafes, this is the first place that comes to mind, and whenever my friends come to Bondi Beach, I always go with them to Speedo's Cafe. It is the most Instagram worthy cafe in Sydney, in Australia, I dare to say. It won an award in 2019, I believe, on TripAdvisor for being the most Instagrammable coffee place in the world. I'll put the details up here. The pancakes there are stacked to the heavens with passion fruit and all this colorful fruit, but don't be fooled by the looks. The food itself are absolutely delicious, and honestly the views are to die for. You are basically sitting very close to Bondi Beach, sitting out of a window and eating your big protein pancakes. There's also a menu item for my lift waiting friends. It is the 6 egg white meal with literally the most protein that you can get. It's just egg whites on egg whites on egg whites and all this greenery. It sounds insane, but it's absolutely delicious and you feel so healthy afterwards. Kobe is another Japanese restaurant that I am absolutely obsessed with. They specialize in barbecue, wagyu, and you can purchase a buffet version and order as much as you want on the menu for 90 minutes, and it is very affordable and you can order literally everything to your heart's desire. When I tell you I was stuffed by the end, the word stuffed is an understatement. China Doll is a Chinese restaurant in Woolloomooloo that is delicious. Also, I highly recommend. Meat Fresh is a Taiwanese dessert place located in Haymarket, right in the center of Chinatown, and it is absolutely delicious. It is affordable, something that you wouldn't expect. If you're looking for something different, I definitely recommend Meat Fresh. It has pearls, different types of jellies, and taro, all mixed into one. There's shaved mango. It's absolutely delicious. It looks a bit weird, but take my word for it. If you're looking for another Instagrammable place that has been raved and raved and raved about, it's Platform 82. Now, I don't have to really explain this. The photos speak for themselves. There are platforms and platforms and platforms of platters and foods. There's vegetarian options, there's protein options, there's dessert, breakfast, whatever you want, whatever you name, they all have it in Platform 82. I've been here twice and I just always want to keep on coming back. It's definitely a very great experience. I don't even think I have to mention this one because whoever is doing their research on cafes to go to in Sydney will know that the Grounds will always be at the top of the list on Yelp, Instagram, Urban Playground, TripAdvisor, everywhere. This place is absolutely incredible. It is like a farm fantasy land that is every Instagram influencer's dream, with farm animals, different decorations. They have different settings and decorations each season. Like, for example, they had an Aladdin sort of setup where you're just walking through and you feel like you're on the set of Aladdin. It is the center of different cafes, so you walk through and there's a range of different ones. The whole entire vibe is incredible there. I definitely recommend you to go there. Milk Bar, amazing, incredible for burgers, one of my favorite places. Costco, I mean, you guys know what Costco is, but if you don't, you definitely need a membership. It is a supermarket, but oh my god, the best. Bambusia is a Chinese restaurant that not a lot of people know about actually, but their plum duck fried rice is something to be envied of all Chinese restaurants because this one really takes the cake. Bondi classic staple. If you're visiting Sydney, definitely go to Bondi Icebergs. It is literally the heart of the eastern suburbs. Every single celebrity is always taken to this spot. I always get like updates of like, oh, Post Malone was here. They took Drake here. Like, they take all the celebrities. I had my 24th birthday there and it was incredible, so definitely worth checking out. Concrete Jungle is another Instagram place that I always take my friends. It just recently got renovated, but the food is just as incredible and it's a little bit bigger because it got very popular recently, so they refurbished it, made it bigger. It's definitely worth the visit. Uncle Tetsu, whenever you walk past this shop, it always has an incredibly huge line. Their cheesecake is literally the best. Pepper Lunch in Sydney City is very delicious and very incredibly affordable. Preach Cafe in Bondi Beach is another Instagram place and it is delicious. I feel like there's not a lot of choices, but once you go there, you will not regret ordering ordering whatever is on the menu because whatever they offer is great and delicious and beautiful and Instagram worthy. Three Blue Ducks, oh my god, huge portions. The coffee there is delicious. I love their breakfast menus and their poke bowls. They definitely have like quality food. A little bit on the pricey side in terms of brunches, but great nonetheless. Bill's is an Australian dining bougie cafe slash restaurant that is open from breakfast to dinner, and a lot of, you know, Aussie kind of celebrities and influencers go here. It is incredibly bougie but worth a visit. If you're obsessed with acai, I definitely recommend going to Fruitologist in Bondi Beach. Every time I walk past, and this is like 2-3 times a week, there's always a huge ass line. I thought I'd try it out for once, and oh my god, generous toppings, generous servings, feels like you're eating ice cream. It's acai and you put peanut butter on top of it. Oh my god, on another level. Kinjo is another Japanese place that is so worth it in Randwick. Very delicious and very affordable for what it is. Butter is an absolute gem. Oh my god, this is just another level. So this is a fried chicken bar. They take absolutely every single rapper here when they go on tour. They visit this place. It is a shoe store and a restaurant with club vibes. Like every time I'm there, I feel like I'm ready to stand up and just dance in the middle of the restaurant. The music pumping there is literally go on Spotify, press Rap Caviar, and that is what they're just blasting. I definitely recommend you go here. Pancakes on the Rocks. You guys will probably know this. It is a very generic, like everyone goes here, big for tourists, but it is very affordable. It's open 24/7, which is like unheard of in Sydney. Dare I say that they're my favorite pancakes still. They are delicious. Manpuku Japanese in Kingsford, oh my god, makes my mouth water as well. Nikuzo is a Japanese barbecue place. Now, Japanese barbecue doesn't get hype as much as Korean barbecue does, but I almost like Japanese barbecue better. There's like a full-on menu of like edamame to wagyu to octopus balls to like seaweed and just like a huge stuff, and you can just pick. Spice Alley is a place that is loved by all students. It is centrally located in the much loved Chippendale. I went to uni there as well, and it has a huge array of different dinner options from Singaporean, Thai, Malaysian, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Indonesian. Now you can have this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you go into it, it is kind of like a hole in the wall. You don't really know it's there unless you know it's there. You go in, you feel like you're essentially in Southeast Asia. It's very cheap and just very casual dining vibes, but the food there, they pack it on for you. The experience and the way that it was decorated is so nice, and it's definitely so worth for you to go there. Celsius Coffee Co. is, after Speedo's, my favorite Instagrammable cafe. It is located in the beautiful and bougie Kirribilli. Celsius Coffee Co. Oh my god, you have to make a reservation at this place because it's always booked out. It is literally right by the ocean. You feel like you're sitting in the ocean. It's next to a ferry station, and it's absolutely divine. The food there, the curation of meals is very Instagrammable, along with the location just makes it the perfect Instagram cafe. Henry Lee's is another Insta cafe that is beautiful. It's beautiful in decoration and food. La Floraison, you can actually get your own personalized coffee where they draw anything from Lilo and Stitch to any anime character, or you can show them a photo and they digitally print out a photo so you can have Instagrammable coffees to your heart's desire. Social Hideout, another Instagram cafe that is super popular and I am obsessed with it. Their flower wall is something to definitely take a photo next to. I am a big fan of the food as well. To be honest though, you go here for the decorations as opposed to for the food. Going on to nature, because I am an eastern suburbs girl through and through, it would be weird for me not to mention the eastern suburbs beaches straight away. Clovelly Beach, Coogee Beach, Maroubra, Bondi Beach, Tamarama, Gordons Bay, Observatory Hill. I actually just went to a bridal shower there, and the girl doing the WAP is definitely not the same day. It is a really great place for picnics, first dates. Again, Bronte to Bondi Walk is located in the eastern suburbs. I do this about 2 or 3 times a week. It is such a beautiful walk. you hit all of the beaches: Bronte Beach, Tamarama, Bondi. If you go all the way to Coogee, you can go and walk past Clovelly and Gordons Bay. You are literally hitting 5 or 6 beaches in the span of like an hour. Oh my god, it is my favorite hiking area. Another great hiking place is Maroubra to Malabar Coastal Walk. That one is a gem as well. The Bay Run is also very great. Shout outs to Zoe. She does that 3 times a week and she will probably have more to say about it than me. It had beautiful views by the water. I'm definitely a fan. The Cronulla Beach Walk. I used to do this baby back in high school for a sport. Yes, it was a sport. Yes, I'm very lucky. But you walk past a lot of beaches there too, and it is an incredible vibe. It is more open spaced. It's huge and I definitely recommend it. One of the biggest vibes that all of the tourists and backpackers do, if you want to go for that kind of space and atmosphere and vibe, I definitely recommend you go to Bondi Beach and park yourself on the park right next to the beach where there's different barbecue stations. You can definitely do this at Bronte Beach as well, where everyone is partying and it's a really great vibe. I definitely recommend that. It's definitely a very Australian experience, barbecuing right by the beach. Centennial Park, do I really have to say anything? It is the biggest park in Sydney, next to, you know, the Homebush Olympic Park, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I literally live like 5 minutes away from this. Oh my god, it's great. One of my favorite beaches is Shelley Beach in Manly. That's a great beach. Milk Beach as well. I think this is gonna be my last beach that I go to with my friend Zoe. My friend's like, take your pick. I'm gonna take you to any beach before you move to the US. And I'm like, Milk Beach. It's very quiet, centrally located, and you can see the entire skyline of Sydney. And it's a tiny little beach, but not a lot of people know about it, and so it's almost usually very quiet. Royal National Park, do I really have to mention anything? It's a little bit outside of Sydney, but definitely worth the 1-hour car ride. Hermitage Foreshore Walk in the eastern suburbs is something that not a lot of locals know about. It is a hidden gem, and every time I say anything to my friends, they're like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Everyone knows the Bronte to Bondi, but no one knows about the Hermitage Foreshore Walk. You get the views of the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, and you just walk past all of these beautiful beaches, but they're not touristy beaches. These are beaches that not a lot of people know about. Vivid is actually coming back to life in 2021. It's starting on the 6th of August to the 28th of August, and you guys, this is something that makes Sydney so special, but I'm gonna hand you over to 2019 Rita. Hey guys, so if you're ever visiting Sydney around June, winter area, you're gonna want to make sure to visit Vivid. I'll be showing you around today. Make sure to rug up because it's gonna get really cold, but trust me, it's gonna be freaking lit.
People are filming in the lights and all I care about is the Starbucks.
Now, I often ask myself as a man, am I doing enough to protect women? That's a question that all men should ask themselves.
Okay, so if you're going to Vivid for the first time, I would strongly suggest for you to come here, not on a Saturday, and not the first Saturday that Vivid is out that year. Girl, it's really fucking lit. Oh, this is cool. It's really packed, so if you want to go when it's not packed and take awesome photos, I would do it on a weekday, or if you can't, do it on the very last possible day that like Vivid is out.
And I'm on my DSLR.
Oh shit, this is cool. Oh god, goddamn cool. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. Oh. Caramel tea. So that was just a small snippet of Vivid. So it covers Circular Quay, Town Hall, Botanical Gardens, and like Wynyard and Barangaroo. Definitely, if you're in Sydney, no, we didn't. But if you guys are in Sydney around this time, definitely check out Vivid. But the one big advice I would give you is to go not on a Saturday night, and maybe like a week or 2 after the initial night of Vivid. Also layer up because it's freaking freezing right now. Bye! What is up, YouTube? What is up, YouTube? What is up, YouTube?
I'm gonna hand you over to 2019 Rita yet again. These are the Glebe markets. You definitely have to go to Glebe markets if you're a lover of shopping and you want a great bargain and you want a great deal. Definitely, this is such an Australian pastime, going to markets and finding the best bargains. And right across the road, there are so many great bookstore slash cafes that are very indie. If you're looking for that indie type of hippie vibe, definitely check this out. But again, 2019 Rita, roll the clip.
We're at Glebe Markets with Lauren Zoe. Cute.
Show us your cactus.
We finished shopping at Glebe Markets, and I just finished shopping and I bought a cactus and a dress.
And she's so proud of it. She's so random with her cactus. Oh my god.
I can't believe I did that.
Yes, queen, work up. Yes, queen.
Can I be on the YouTube? And then my fucking cactus dropped.
Could you imagine? Oh, we're going up this way? Cool, cool.
Well, I think we should go this way.
Well, I don't know anything.
Vlogging for you.
Yes. Yes. I'm here too, guys. Hi.
Okay, so we figure out food, please. This is where we had cafe food last time, which is a bookshop, and it's very cute on the inside. It's like a cafe. It's like a hidden gem of the inner west. Obviously, we could go for like a chocolate, but it's probably not appropriate because we haven't eaten yet, so it's not like the best solution for what we're truly after. Is this Sanchuro? I really want to go to Bad Manners, which is a vegetarian cafe, but my two friends don't want it. They want chicken, so
I want chicken.
I want coffee. Yeah, I want coffee. That's why we should go to. I don't know.
You can get
Lauren wants
coffee.
Asian.
I want anything.
Oh, Asian.
Ooh.
Oh, I want anything too.
But also, Asian like sounds good, so.
We can go to there's a Thai restaurant just up here. And we can get coffee after, I guess.
We don't work.
Rita has to move her car. She gets fined.
But do I though? Do I really? Lauren, you need to like be in my life every single day of like.
I will.
Maybe you can Libra thing here.
Ooh. Mineralism. Mineralism. I didn't even know that was a word. What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you seeing this?
Well, I'm hiring you as a videographer.
I walked around Europe for 6 weeks with a camera like this. And I also did like these ones in public. I was like,
I want to be an Instagram influencer, so I just need some.
Just when there's not this many.
So cute.
There's so many different events, and I just wanted to share with you guys one that was a special part in my heart. In Sydney, you have to make sure to figure out when the pop-ups are coming, or you know, different conferences and stuff, because in my early 20s I definitely didn't keep my eye out. I feel like in places in New York it's so easy to just know where everything is because everything is like one after the other, whereas Sydney it's a little bit spaced apart. And while that sounds like it could be a little bit easier, always in the back of my mind I'm like, oh, nothing is on, so I never check. But there are places that are always happening, on and popping. So I'm just gonna show you guys the Gymshark pop-up conference that, you know, I met Whitney Simmons and Nikki Blackadder, and it was a really fun experience. I'll just show you guys that now.
Oh my god, those shoes though.
Yeah.
That we saw at JD.
What? Yeah, what are they?
They're R2D2s.
If you're luckily in Sydney in August 2021, as well as going to Vivid, I highly recommend going to the Cherry Blossom Festival in Auburn. If you've never been to the cherry blossoms in Japan in May when they blossom, take a look at the ones in Auburn. I went to Japan, but I never made it to, you know, the May season where all of the cherry blossoms blossom. This is a kind of great replacement for that for now. It's a great experience. Roll the clip.
Today we are at the Auburn Festival to see the cherry blossoms. It's the second last day and I'm pretty excited.
About the bar scene in Sydney. The bar scene is pretty good in Sydney. I'm not even gonna go and touch on the subject of clubs. That is a complete different story and a whole different video in and of itself. But if you want a bougie experience in bars, oh my god, this is like on another level. Hemisphere in the city is my favorite bougie bar in the entire world, along with Establishment. Those are my top 2 bar picks. We can just end the video right now. No, I'm joking, guys. Let me show you guys all the different types of bars that I really loved all around Sydney.
Okay, so some guys just sent us over expensive champagne. I don't know if it's expensive champagne or what, but they want to keep it a mystery. So free expensive champagne. Thank you, gentlemen.
You know it's gonna be a huge ass video when your camera battery dies. We're almost finished, but we did have a lot to cover today. Bungalow 8 in Barangaroo is a very great place if you want kind of a casual vibe, but also have the bougie views. Little Darlin is my favorite bar for cocktails in all of Sydney. They are very expensive, but the caramel popcorn one, I believe, and the espresso martini is literally the best cocktails that I've ever had. Opera Bar is a staple, fan favorite. It's a classic. Everyone knows Opera Bar, but I thought it's worth mentioning in this video. It honestly was the best. I went there for my 25th birthday. Big, amazing view of the Opera House, and the Harbour Bridge is right there. Very Sydney. El Camino in the Rocks, but it's also located in Miranda and Manly. It's a chain in different areas of Sydney. They have the biggest selection of margaritas ever, and you can pick literally huge ass glasses of margaritas. The atmosphere there is great. I've always had such good experience with the bartenders. The Mexican decorations and the entire vibe is just something very special. I love this place. Now, this is actually a place that no one knows about, but it is in the center of the city. It's called Darling Square. It is about a 5-minute walk from Darling Harbour, and it was just newly renovated. It is like a fairy tale land. There is all these fairy lights, different bubble tea places, normal like food restaurant places, high-end restaurants. It has a mix of different things, but the way that it's renovated is very new and fresh, and the atmosphere is really great. If you want a high-end experience or a casual setting, Darling Square is great for both. It is definitely a very good date location. Now, this might be a controversial opinion, but I genuinely had such a great experience with this restaurant. Cruniti's Italian restaurant, located in Darling Harbour, is a staple. Everyone knows about this place. They are very good for birthdays. They give free birthday cakes and like a huge celebration. If you're going there on Saturday night, there's the obligatory fireworks playing. Some people don't have the best customer service, and because it is very busy, it might take a long time to get your food, but I personally had no problem. I'm kind of not the pickiest person in the world. I don't mind, but that's just a little bit of a warning. Treetop Adventure Park, now this is not a bar or anything, this is another like naturey place, but I just thought I would mention it. This is so much fun. You basically slide around on like these little sliders on different trees and stuff. It is a really great adrenaline experience place. Definitely check it out. Now again, if you like your urban streetwear, Culture Kings, you guys already know, is really great for that kind of vibe and experience. I know that it is a retail store, but the overall vibe there is really great. It's also a barbershop for men, and I just really love going there just for the overall vibe and aesthetic. Mardi Gras in Sydney is one of a kind. If you are here in March, definitely check it out. Darlinghurst, Oxford Street is definitely the LGBT central, and out of every single club that I've been to in that area, Arc definitely caught my eye. I like Arc and I like Stonewall. Now, if you want a little bit of a different experience, make sure to go to the Hayden Orpheum, where you can watch The Room and throw popcorn at the movie and laugh. This is such a great experience. I had funnest time when I went. Guys, this was a very long video. I'm so sorry about it, but we had a lot to cover, and I can't possibly cover absolutely every single place that I love in Sydney, Australia. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it was informative for you. I definitely have a lot more, but this video would have been a whole ass movie if I included everything. I hope that this was so informative. The information will be in the description box down below. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys! Now I wanted to also very quickly mention, make sure to check out sydney.explores on Instagram. This is serious, you guys. They know their stuff. I wish that they were around before when I was looking for places to go to in Sydney. This is in no way paid for. I've never even talked to them before, but this is literally the best, most helpful place in terms of food, restaurants, hiking locations, nature, anything and everything in Sydney, New South Wales, and Australia for that matter. Please make sure to follow them. All of the handles will be in the description box down below, along with Sydney Food Slut. Yes, Sydney Food Slut, you heard that right, is an Instagram influencer as well, and she goes around all of Sydney trying the best, you know, restaurants, and every time I don't know where to go, I always go on her page. There's so many Sydney influencers talking about food, but she's the one that I always go to for where I want to go and eat next. And I will be putting down my favorite Sydney food Instagrammers in the description box down below as well, just because I go to many and they help me out so much. And again, not affiliated with them at all. They're not paying me. I haven't even talked to any of these people, but they genuinely have helped me so much over the years, and I hope that they can help you too. All right, bye guys.